What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Mo Hunt Silver. I think we're going to give another shot at quarters. I have 4 boxes of quarters in front of me, and they are all circulated boxes. And box number 3 of this hunt is going to have an ender, which is right here. And I'll pull it out so we can see it a little bit better. But we are going to have a silver ender in box number 3, because that is a 1941. So we'll just have to see once we get up to that point if this has a mint mark on it or not. But that's awesome. So we know we're going to have at least 1 silver for this hunt. We're also going to be looking for any kind of proof quarters, errors, and varieties, foreign coins, or anything else cool that we could possibly find in quarters. If you haven't checked out my last video, please do that. I'll put a link in the upper right hand corner. But we found a bunch of the newly attributed Mary Edwards Walker VDDR-001s. So those are holding pretty good value still, and they seem to be plentiful in my area here lately. So I'm hoping in these 4 boxes we might be able to find a couple more if we're lucky. But let me get everything all set up and we'll start hunting, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I have the first find to show you for this hunt. But before I do that, I would just like to remind anybody that's new to the channel to please hit that subscribe button if you like the content, and give the video a thumbs up if you like the video. So what we found already in roll number 1, starting off quick here, I laid them flat and I saw an S mint mark on this quarter right here. So I believe, yeah, that's not going to be a proof. We're going to have a not intended for circulation strike NIFC quarter right here. It's definitely been circulated a little bit. But let's see what the reverse design is. And we're going to have a tall grass prairie. All right, so that's a 2020. Not intended for circulation. I believe there's less than 1 million of these, making this basically twice as rare as the Westpoint. So that's pretty cool. Glad to have that one. All right. Roll number 9. Just working through the last couple coins, guys. Guess what? We have a Mary Edwards Walker. And it's going to be another example of the VDDR-001. You can see it in her hair right on the right side right there. And I'll put it under the little microscope. And you can see it right there. We have the die chips in between C and E, and all the doubling on the right side of the medallion. Pretty clear. So this will now be 15 of these that I have now found in total. First for this hunt, of course. But that is crazy. Well, that's going to do it for box number 1 of the hunt. This box is going to give us 2 finds. The 2020, not intended for circulation, San Francisco minted, tall grass prairie. And then we have the Philadelphia Dr. Mary Edwards Walker VDDR-001. So we can move on to box number 2 and see what else we can find. Roll 21 is going to give us the first find out of box number 2. And guess what, guys? It's going to be another Dr. Mary Edwards Walker VDDR-001. You can see it right here on the right side of her hair again. And I'll throw it under the little scope. Right there you can see it. This one is the earlier die state, it looks like, because there's no die chips. And then if we go over here to the medallion, You have doubling all on the right side. This coin's in pretty good shape too. Does not look bad at all. All right, that's sweet. We'll keep moving. Hopefully we can find some silver or some Westpoints. Roll 29 will give us the second find out of box number 2. And I already flipped this over, not knowing what it was. But we do have the reverse of a Marsh Billings Rockefeller. And this is going to be a 2020 V75 West Point. And it's not in terrible shape either. It actually looks pretty good. Just minor surface scratches from being circulated for a couple years. But pretty clean overall. Sweet find again. All right. Very next roll, roll number 30. And box number 2 is going to give us our first foreign for the hunt. This is actually a pretty neat design if I can pick it up and hold it here. Vancouver, 2010. I believe, yeah, that's going to be Canadian. And it has 2007 on this side. But that's pretty sweet. It's a cool design. All right, we'll keep moving. Roll 39 for box number 2. Going to give us another sweet find. We are going to have the second W for this box. You can see that West Point mint mark and the V75 privy mark over here on the left side. And let's see what design we have. All right, I'll take that. That is going to be the Salt River Bay 2020. Awesome. Just like that Marsh Billings, only 2 million of the Salt River Bay, and there's only 2 million of the Marsh Billings that were minted. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for box number 2 of the hunt. We did not have any silver or proofs, but we did have a foreign from Canada. That's going to be a 2007, I believe. And then we did find 2 West Points in this box, both being 2020 designs. We have a Marsh Billings Rockefeller right there, V75, and then a Salt River Bay right there, V75. And then the last great find of this box is going to be the Dr. Mary Edwards Walker VDDR-001. All right, so we'll move on to box number 3 of the hunt. And that one, we know we are going to have at least 1 silver out of, because we have the silver ender. All right. All right, guys, I just finished up with roll number 2 in box number 3. And I have a 1971 Denver that I put under the scope. And there is a known DDR for the 1971 Denver. It's the FS801. And you can find the listing on Variety Vista of what it looks like. But I'll put this one under the scope for you. And we are going to have the FS801, I believe. You can see the doubling on all the words of United States of America. And this S at the end of states right here is a good giveaway, because right here on Variety Vista's listing, you can see that extra serif on the back side, on the bottom of the S right there. And this one's kind of beat up, but you can see it there. And all, like I said, all the letters of United States of America all have doubling on them. And let's see, the E with the S, you can see that right there. And then that's the doubling I have. The T and the A in states, doubling on the left side. It's definitely what we have right here. And there's even a little bit in $quarter at the bottom as well of doubling. So I'm not really sure what this one would be worth, but I've definitely never found one before. So I'll hold on to that one for sure. Pretty cool. Roll number 11 will give us the first foreign for box number 3. And it's going to be another Canadian quarter. This one is a 1977. All right, put that right up here next to that FS801. All right, guys, roll number 19 is our silver ender roll. We're going to open this up and see if there's anything else in this roll along with this 1941. All right, guys, so I did find something in the roll with the 1941, but let's see if the 41 has a mint mark on the reverse before I show you what else I found. And that looks like it does not. So that would be a 1941 Philadelphia. And that's definitely a 90% silver quarter we can add up here to the top. Now, the other thing that I did find in this roll is a San Antonio Missions quarter right here with a fairly big die chip on the left side right there. And I'll throw it under the scope real quick. And right there, you guys can see it. Nice little die chip, but that's about it. That's the only other thing that I found in this roll. So I'll probably still hold on to that. We'll see. But we'll move on to roll number 20. And hopefully we can find some more silver or another West Point for the hunt. Box number 3 is going to give us a little bit of last roll luck. I have the second half of roll number 50 for box 3 out here. And we're going to have a West Point. It looks like it's going to be another 2020 design because I see the V75 right here. So let's see what the reverse design is. And that's going to be another Salt River Bay. All right, I'll still take it. It's not bad. Great find for the hunt. Another Salt River Bay. All right. Let me finish the last part of this roll and I'll be back for a wrap up for box 3. I'm back for the wrap up of box number 3. We got a total of 5 finds out of box number 3 with a nice little variety as well. We have a 1977 from Canada. We have the 2019 Philadelphia San Antonio Missions with a die chip on the left side there. 1971 Denver DDR FS801. We have the 2020 West Point Salt River Bay with the V75 Privy. And then we found some silver in box 3, which this was our only silver in box 3. And it was an ender. I was kind of hoping we'd find some more silver in that box, but I'll take what we got for sure. And this was a pretty good box, I would say, overall. But we have one more box for the hunt, and I will get that one staged up here. And I'll be back if I have anything out of box 4. Roll number 11 will give us the first find for box number 4, and it's going to be a foreign. We have another Canadian. And this one will be a 2009. It doesn't look too bad. All right. I just unwrapped roll number 28 of box number 4, and only a couple coins in, we're going to have our second foreign of box 4. And so far, this has been the box of foreigns. And it says 25 cents, 2017. Pretty neat looking bird. And that is going to be from Bermuda. Slightly different reeded edge. All right. Well, foreign number 2 and find number 2 for box 4. Well, that's going to do it for the last and final box of this hunt. The only 2 things we were able to find in this box were the 2 foreigns, the Bermuda quarter and the Canadian quarter. So I will get everything together for a full hunt wrap-up and be right back. Guys, I'm back for the wrap-up of this $2,000 quarter hunt, and these are all the notable finds that we have out of $2,000 worth of quarters. We have a nice little variety up here. We did find some foreigns. We have 1 quarter from Bermuda, and we also found 3 from Canada, one of them being I believe a sports, yes, or an Olympic, something like that, but one of their commemorative quarter designs that they have. We did find a couple errors and varieties here. We have a 1971 Denver that is going to be the FS801 DDR. Right there on that quarter. It's not in the best shape, but I'm still going to hold on to it for sure. And then we found 2 examples of the Mary Edwards Walker VDDR-001 that are still selling for pretty good money on eBay. We did find 1 not intended for circulation quarter. And this one is San Francisco minted. And it's going to be the Tall Grass Prairie, which there is less than 1 million of these produced. I believe it's like 900 and some odd thousand. So it's pretty rare, just does not hold very much value. And then for the hunt, we also found 3 W quarters, only 2 different designs. We did find 1 2020 Marsh Billings, and then 2 examples of the 2020 Salt River Bay quarters. And all 3 of these have the V75 privy mark on the left-hand side there. And then 1 silver out of 4 boxes. And this was an ender as well. And I was really hoping that we were going to find a little bit more silver in that box. But we only got this ender. But I'm still happy. At least we got 1 silver. And I believe everybody knows how difficult silver is starting to become to find out in circulation. So I'm glad we have this one, and it's going to go in our silver jar right there. So we're slowly accumulating as the year goes here so far. And that's going to wrap up this video. So if you guys enjoyed it, please give it the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new and have not yet subscribed and made it this far through the video. I appreciate every single subscription that I get, and I appreciate every single one of you for watching my videos. So that's going to do it for this one, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.